If you've seen a Sun article about us, please keep watching this video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as per intro, if you have seen this in the Sun newspaper, well, Sun article, that's why I'm making this video. First of all, I just wanted to tell you guys, obviously our social media and the messaging, everything has been going absolutely crazy since the article was published, literally, I think the other day. We woke up, I had checked, Daniel checked the news feed just as generally in the evening and just suddenly noticed there was our faces in the news. Just to make you aware, guys, we have not asked for this article to be written. We didn't really even know, we didn't actually know that the article was actually written about us, or we actually been told at all that it's been written. So basically that came to us as a little bit of a shock, like it probably done to some of you. So basically, since the article was published, it obviously did bring a lot of attention and somewhat sometimes unwanted attention, with our social media now bursting with a lot of questions that people want to know the answers to. Sorry, I do going to refer to my little bit of paper there just to make sure I just cover a few bases for you. The article obviously was based on the one video that was published, I think, about 6 months ago. It's a little bit inaccurate because that video alone and the article was based, well, it says it's from one pallet, but the whole video is actually, it's 3 different videos based on the same palette. So unless you watch the channel, you follow the channel, the article is just a tiny little bit misleading. Secondly, the article made this look very easy. Yes, we had a very cheap palette, and yes, there was a £10,000 worth of retail in this palette. However, 99% of whatever was left in this palette just unfortunately was unsellable. If you watched the videos, if you follow the channel, you know that yes, we had some really bespoke electrical items. I think the electrical or to do with water is something like, we don't even know where it's used to, but basically I cannot possibly sell that. Yes, it's been listed, some items have been listed on eBay, but unfortunately it's such a bespoke item. Unless a company gets in touch with me, wants to buy the whole lot, this stuff, apart from a couple of items that I have sold from this palette, is unfortunately a surplus to requirement. So it's currently now sitting in storage, waiting for something for it to happen. Secondly, yes, there was a comment on there via, again, through the article saying, yes, we had some shower trays, and yes, the shower trays will pay for what we paid for the pallet. Of course it would, if we possibly actually able to ship the shower trays. Yes, the shower trays cost a lot of money. We've done our house not that long ago, and yes, the shower tray cost anything from £400 to up to £1,000 for a decent Italian brand. Yes, the shower trays look like a decent brand and they are expensive. However, we both struggled to get this in a van. I think one of the shower trays weighed 90 kilos or something stupid. So yes, it sounds like easy money unless you actually try and post. Have you ever tried a package and they ship almost 100 kilo shower tray? No, I didn't think so. Yes, of course we can put this on Facebook, but as you know, whoever's selling on Facebook, is it still available? I get this message 50 times, and then would you take a $5? As you can imagine what my answer would be. So yes, the shower trays are still sitting in there as well. So however that article made it look to be very glamorous, it unfortunately was not. The other pallet that we showed there that it said meant to have a baby stuff, yes, it looked like a pallet was full. It was, I think it was the Amazon returns, but we also had some sort of the cosmetic stuff. But whatever was in there, it was either a little bit out of date, or it was literally the old Amazon stock, or it was damaged, or if there's something that basically Amazon had a lot of and they just wanted to get rid of, so they split this between obviously a few pallets and whatever else. And it's, in the end of the day, it looked like you could make a lot of money, but unfortunately you can make some money, but again, it was not, it's made up to be not as good as it basically was. Anyway, second thing I'm gonna say is, people know, people assume because of that, again, because of this whole article, and the reason I wanted to make this video, to give people a little bit of understanding. Unless you watch the channel from the beginning when we started just under a year ago, it's basically been created for, let's say for information purposes, but to basically share our experience of buying and selling on eBay and Amazon, and of course occasional video when we buy pallets and we just film this because people find this entertaining. It's not as easy as it looks. So if you do start, you can watch some of the videos there. Unfortunately, this job is not for faint-hearted. Again, the article made it look far too easy, and sometimes you do get amazing pallet and it makes you money, but unfortunately sometimes there's also pallets that lose you a lot of money. There's a link up there that Daniel put up there for the pallet that we paid £1,200, and I've cried because we barely could make a couple £100 back out of that. The other thing to cover, again, when you guys do buy those pallets there, the sheer amount of waste that you end up having when you buy stuff. Again, not everything is sellable, and by far a lot of stuff is either broken or used or whatever else. So another link to the video will be up there, is for the true, and it was I think the video was called Truth About the Amazon Returns Pallets. It's a little bit of a longish video, and excuse the initial microphone thing, we didn't have them then, so it's a little bit quiet, but it gets better further on for the video, and you'll get to see actually the state of the returns. And that was, I think, the what was it called, cosmetical stuff, but it was like a hair dry, shavers and stuff like that basically. So if you get to have a look, so a link will be up there, how disgusting the stuff is, and then actually think about it, do you actually really want to deal with that or not? And again, there will be another link probably somewhere up there for another video for amount of rubbish we have to dispose. So we have to hire skips like a couple of times, not say a couple times a month, but a couple of times a quarter, to get rid of all of the stuff that is either broken or heavily used or whatever is wrong with it. So there's bear this in mind. Anyway, right, so, and of course the the last question, last but not least, everybody wants to know where we buy the pallets from. Again, because this article was there, it's not intended to go into the national news, so I can't disclose to you where we buy the pallets from. This is our livelihood. We've been building this business for the past 12 years, building a relationship with the suppliers, and I can't just basically blur out the information, because in the end of the day, if I don't buy this pallet, or you want to buy this pallet, then I don't get to buy this pallet. You see what it's going to. We need to sustainably buy a lot of pallets on monthly basis to be able to sustain the turnover and obviously the stuff that we need to pay for. So unfortunately I cannot possibly give out this information. However, for all you guys who want to start the business and you do want to sort of play around with the ideas of buying the pallets, buying the returns, the best place to start looking is Google. There is so many companies there. There's even a lot of companies we seen on the Facebook that actually sell the Amazon return pallets. The stuff is literally everywhere. You just have to basically have a look, because things, Amazon return pallets are categorized in like A grade, B grade, C grade, or D grade, whatever it is, and also sometimes categorized by the type of products that you want. You know, you could potentially end up buying just the baby stuff or electricals or anything else. So it all really depends what you want to buy, what you want to sell. But yes, Google is your best friend to start. So I think I covered anything I wanted to say. Honestly, the last thing, just wanted to say that, again, this job is not easy. We have a toddler. She's now just over 1.5. She makes our life absolutely, well, work life absolutely hard. It's really hard, because don't forget, it's not just that you buy the pallet and then you just suddenly bought the pallet for £20, which I'll guarantee you that would not happen again. No idea what was the reason there, no idea. Something happened there, that's the reason the pallet's gone really cheap, but it generally doesn't happen. It must have been a mistake somewhere anyway. And I wouldn't let another pallet go that cheap anyway, so I'll always be there watching. Anyway, sorry, digression there. So basically, yes, the work life, it's you buy the pallet, and if magically you could just flick your fingers and suddenly you made yourself like, £5,000 or £500, that'd be absolutely great. But the amount of work it takes to get, so don't forget, the pallet arrives and obviously all packaged, so you have to then have ability, so it arrives, but you have to, a lot of times, have to go and pick them up, because not every company have obviously options to deliver the pallet. So the pallet arrives, don't forget, you got to open this, you got to test a lot of the items. So basically it means you have to have the space of opening the pallets and opening the products and then testing them before you can do anything. A lot of times, like we watched in that, again, if you can watch that video, you have to clean the products, so test and clean. And then don't forget, you need the space to actually then package them, you need to send it. So it's just not easy. So for all you guys who seriously think about starting obviously the pallets or anything else, have a look through the channel. There's many videos we made where I generally just bought some stuff of Tesco's for resale, and it's not just me, like when we just started doing the work all together. I still do this now. I'll go past the clearance shelf in Tesco's, and if it's something there that's like severely reduced and I know I can make it, I'll just just buy it all and then sell it. So it's a good place to start. If you don't want to start testing stuff, you don't want to be cleaning stuff, and you want to start with the little bits, unfortunately Tesco's and Asda's actually is a really, really good place. The last thing I think I bought was there was the air freshener plugins, I think it was from Asda, and I paid about like £1 something. Again, I've done a video, but my goodness, you can just start this and you can make yourself a few £100s easy without any problem. So anyway, I do hope that, guys, you find this video helpful, and I do apologise I cannot disclose any more information, but I have sometimes, and I will do in the certain videos when we buy certain stuff, I do mention occasional place where you can buy the stuff from. So do continue watching the videos, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.